Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Kyle, and today we're taking a look at another jacket from Iron and Resin, that being the Ranger jacket from their Moto lineup. So this jacket is definitely more in tune with our needs and what we do, as it is specifically designed to be a motorcycle jacket. So it is packed with modern features, safety features, comfortability features that make this a riding jacket specifically and make it a great riding jacket. So when you look at this jacket on the website for Iron and Resin, they talk about how they were trying to recreate that timeless look of the cafe bike look and the scrambler bikes and the trials races jackets from the 50s and 60s. They wanted something that looked very much like something that our fathers and grandpas would have worn back in the day and had that iconic look to it. And I think they nailed that perfectly. I mean, this definitely looks like something that you could see Steve McQueen riding around on back in the day or something like that. So they've done a great job of recreating that look. Now, this is in what they call vintage black, which it's definitely not black. It is more of that traditional dark brown mixed with some olive green, kind of what you would expect to see from a Barber jacket or a Belstaff or something like that. But it's definitely not black, so keep that in mind. It's very dark, but it isn't black. And then they paired that with these really cool, heavy duty, aged brass snaps that then have almost like a tarnish finish over top. So it even further adds to that old school look, almost like this jacket has been handed down through the years. And maybe you've inherited the jacket from your grandpa or your dad or whatever. So it's got a really cool vintage look to it. So I think they nailed that timeless look that they were going for. Now, the material itself is a wax textile made by a company called Halley Stevenson's out of Dundee, Scotland. And they've been around for 150 plus years. So to say that they are one of the most well known, prominent names in the wax textile industry is an understatement. And I love that Iron and Resin paired with them. They could have easily made their own material or gone with another company to provide the material for these jackets. But again, they were going for something that was very traditional, very timeless, very iconic. And they went with a company that's been doing this longer than almost anyone else in the world. And so you've really got that timeless heritage woven into the fabrics of this jacket, which further just adds to the moto heritage feels of the jacket. So you really can't get a better quality. And Halley Stevenson's is paired with a lot of other great companies over the years, such as Patagonia. So you know that they're making a quality product. So that's just one more thing to think about. Iron and Resin went above and beyond what some companies would do or what they even had to do and went with the top company in the wax textile industry. So they've added to that vintage feel by giving the very traditional 45-degree pocket up top, large side pockets, and then the short collar here at the top. Now, when you're looking at the collar, they've opted to not go with the traditional buckle style, and what they've done is a simple loop and snap, which I actually like much better. Some of the other jackets that I own do have that buckle system at the top, and it can be a little cumbersome at times to get that secured when you're wearing gloves. And they've eliminated that by simply just using a loop and snap style system. So it works great, it doesn't take away from the look, and it's very functional, which is what I appreciate about it. Something that you notice as soon as you start looking at this jacket is the lack of branding. And a lot of times you notice with jackets, they'll have a patch here up on the shoulder, maybe at the cuff, on the back, somewhere you see, in my mind, kind of over branding of the jacket, and it takes away from the look. Iron and Resin has two brands on here, that being the anchor button here at the top, and then a very small tag here on the side pocket, and both of those just kind of blend into the jacket. So it's a very subtle branding that allows the jacket itself to come to the forefront and doesn't scream Iron and Resin. And I think that was a great touch because, again, you're looking for that timeless look. So you're trying not to take away from that by over branding. So hats off to Iron and Resin for that. Another feature that I like here is they got vertical pockets behind the two large pockets here. So you can slip your hands in there when you're walking around off the bike, just kind of at rest, at ease, which I really like. That's somewhere where I'm very common, put my hands there. So the fact that this jacket has it where a lot of my other jackets that I ride in don't, it was something I immediately noticed. It's just another added feature that I really liked. Hands down, my top favorite feature about this jacket is on the back, and that is the fact that the jacket is gusseted. It's got these really nice, deep gussets on both sides, and what that does is that gives you free range of motion where you don't lose any mobility, you don't have any pinch points when you're moving around, reaching out for the controls, trying to maneuver the bike around. A lot of jackets don't have that, which I think is an oversight. It's a very simple design, but not something that is necessarily common on every jacket. So a lot of jackets won't have those gussets, and when you go to stretch out, you'll get a pinch here or at the top, and it just becomes very uncomfortable and a little bit of an annoyance over the length of the ride. So that is definitely my favorite feature about this jacket, just because it is a very comfortable feature. There's no pinch points on this jacket. There's no points where it feels tight or uncomfortable. It is just a great jacket to wear. It feels really good. So one more thing that they did here is they incorporated these storm cuffs, which is an elastic waterproof material that snaps tightly around the wrist. And what that does is that keeps all of the additional wind and rain out of the jacket. Regardless of how warm and comfortable the jacket is, if the wind and rain is finding a way in, it's going to lose all of that comfortability. So you snap these around your wrist. It keeps all the wind that you're getting as you're riding down the road, all of the rain that's coming up or the water off the road. It keeps all of that stuff out of the sleeve area, maintaining that warmth and comfort. So definitely a great feature there. Looking at the inside of the jacket, it's got this polyfield quilted removable liner, and it is still in the 40s here, mid 40s a couple times when I've been on the bikes, a little bit cooler here and there. And this has done an excellent job of keeping me warm. There's yet to be a time where I felt like, man, I wish I would have grabbed a hoodie and thrown up under this before I left the house. This lining, even though it isn't super thick, it is very, very good at keeping you warm. So Iron and Resin did a great job with that. Now this liner is removable. It's a simple zip-in liner. And then underneath it, you have this breathable mesh lining material in this woodland camo. Really cool looking liner. And then those also have the pockets so you don't lose your internal storage when you take out the liner. But in between this mesh lining and the outside lining of the jacket, you have the Riza lining material, which is a waterproofing membrane. Now, the wax textile materials has a high degree of waterproofing, but it's not completely waterproof. It creates a resistance, but not waterproofing. The extra membrane that they add in between the lining of the jacket and that outer shell does give you that waterproofing feature. So I've ridden in light rain here, and then again after it's rained and the water's coming up off the road hitting the jacket. And it has definitely kept me dry and again very warm. Now, something else that I think Iron and Resin had great forethought in doing is, again, because this jacket is specifically designed to be a motorcycle jacket, you need armor. So for $459, which is the retail price of this jacket, it comes with D30 armor, which I think is a great value. So you get your D30 armor at the elbows and the back, which are the common spots to have it in motorcycle jackets. And again, for that price point, I think you're getting a good bang for your buck. A lot of jackets that I've purchased over the years for similar prices, even some a little bit more, that I had to buy the armor additionally. So, and even though that armor isn't super expensive, again, it is an added cost. And when you're talking about this kind of money, it is nice that Iron and Resin, that they include that with the price of the jacket. So for a quick size reference, I'm 5'6", 165 pounds, and this is in a size medium. And I feel like it fits me perfectly. I would say it fits better than what I would say many refer to as true to size, from the aspect of it doesn't just fit as it should for my size, but I also don't have any of those pinch or binding points that you would typically have when you order a jacket that looks like it fits right. Oftentimes, you have to size up in order to think about being on a bike and make sure that you don't have any of those pinch points or lack of mobility. And you don't have that issue with this jacket, again, mainly because of the gussets on the back. So keep that in mind. You don't really, at least in the experience that I've had, you don't really have the need to have to size up because the jacket does do such a great job of allowing you to have that full range of motion and mobility. Real quick, while we're looking at the jacket on, you can see it's got these 3 ventilation ports under each arm. So another feature about this jacket that I think is great, especially when you're talking about these wax textiles, you don't want the inside of the jacket to feel hot or clammy, and that does a great job of allowing that wind flow out. But it's just a great all-around jacket. Thank you, Iron and Resin, for sending this and the Scout jacket over for us to take a look at. We were very impressed with your guys' company, the quality of the products, and then the thought that you guys put into it to make sure that you're creating a product that is going to fit your consumers' needs. So something like this, there's a lot of features in this jacket that many companies would not have thought about, would not have put the extra time and effort into. So I really appreciate what you guys do. Again, thank you guys for allowing us to try this jacket out. Thank you guys for watching this review video. If you have any questions about this jacket, about the Scout jacket, or if you would like to see a specific product reviewed, please let us know. We can try to make that happen. But yeah, again, check Iron and Resin out. They're an outstanding company with outstanding products, and I can't say enough about the quality of what these guys are putting out. For motorcycle purposes, for everyday purposes, they're just a great company, and they make great products. Thank you guys for watching.